Hi, today I'm going to show you guys how to subtract big numbers. So in this first problem, we have 459 minus 328. So we are subtracting. So what we're going to do is we always subtract with the big number. We use the big number as a guide. So in our case, our big number is 459. So there are 4 hundreds, there are 5 tens, and there are 1 nines. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So we're going to do 4 hundreds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Show that for you guys. And we're going to use circles for 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we're just going to do lines for 1. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're going to take this, we're going to go first, we're going to subtract from the hundreds, then from the tens, and then from the ones. So in 329, we have 3 hundreds. So we're going to subtract 1, 2, 3. In the tens, we have 2. So we're going to do 1, 2. And then in the ones, we have 8. So now we're going to take away 8 ones. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 100 left over, 3 tens, and 1 ones. So now we're going to check our work, lining them up. So that means, remember, we put the bigger number on top. So we have 459 minus 328. And when we do this, it's so important that you guys keep in mind that there are lines separating them, okay? And you always start from the right, from the back, from the right-hand side, and then you move this way. So we know that 9 minus 8 is 1. We know that. We have 5. Take away 2. That gives you 3. We have 4. And we take away 3. That gives us 1. So 133. So I checked my answer and it's correct. So 459 minus 328 gives me 131. We're going to go ahead and try one more example. In this one, we are going to be subtracting 633 from 120. So remember, always circle. Remember that we are subtracting and that our bigger number is 633. So we have 600, we have 3 tens, and we have 3 ones. So for our hundreds, remember, we're going to do little squares. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And our tens, we have 3, 1, 2, 3. And then in our ones, we have 3. So 1, 2, 3. 1 from the hundreds, 2 from the tens, and 0 from the ones. So we're going to take away 1 hundreds, 2 tens, and no ones. So we would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, we have 1 tens, and we have 3 ones. 513. So now I'm going to check my answer just to be sure it's correct. We have 633 minus 120. Remember, if I think this helps me when I draw lines, that way I know that I have to work on one number at a time. Start from the right, work our way. So 3 minus 0 is 3. We have 3 minus 2, it's 1. Then we have 6 minus 1, 5. So it's 513. My drawing worked. When you're representing the hundreds, you can use any shape that you would like. I just preferred squares because it's easier. Lines, and circles. These are easy shapes. They don't take that much time. And if you're not sure that this is correct, I would always suggest checking your answers by lining it up. So we put the lines to separate each number because it makes it easier for you, especially when you get into upper grades. You will be borrowing. And I'm going to show you guys an example of that, of when we need to borrow. So I'm going to go ahead and clean my board, set up a new problem. So here's an example of when we would need to borrow. We're going to subtract 375 minus 27. And again, I'm going to go ahead and take my red marker and divide. So I have 7 minus 5. Since 7 is bigger than 5, I'm going to have to borrow 1 from 7. So this becomes 15. And when we take 1 away from 7, it becomes 6. 5 is not big enough to subtract 7 from it. So we need to borrow 1 from 7. When we take away 1 from 7, it becomes 6. And then our little friend goes over to the 5 to make it 15. So 15 minus 7 equals 8. And the way I like to do this is in my head, or using your fingers, you have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So now I'm going to count how many lines that is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we put it down there. Same thing, you can use your fingers. You can go 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That's 8. Any little method, I know a lot of teachers don't like you to do this, but if you can do it in your head or if you can do it on the side, just so you know, that would be good. Great. So now we have 6 minus 2. Again, you're going to do 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 4. And since we have nothing, it would be 3. So our answer is 348. How would we check? So I like to check my work just to make sure that I'm right. So what I would do is, just to check, always check your work. I'm going to do 348 down here plus 27. Just to make sure that we're checking it, because it's always good to go back and check your work so that way you make sure you're getting the right answer. Okay, so we have 8 plus 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I'm going to carry the 1. There's the 1 from 15. 2, 3, oh, I'm sorry, 4, 5, 6, and then a little 1, 7, and then our 3 has nothing, so it's 3. So it's 375. So our answer is 348. Oh, I'm sorry, it's a little too high. 348. That is our answer. I hope this helps you guys when it comes to dividing big numbers. I know it can be hard and a little scary because they're big numbers, but it'll be helpful if you always do hundreds, tens, and ones. It will really help you draw a picture out, just how I showed you in the previous lessons. And if you feel you don't need a picture, always line it up, and please don't forget to draw your lines. That way you know which numbers are being subtracted individually.